Hello, this is Star, and today I am looking at how several types of distortion. We got the Bitwig tools distortion, the saturation, amplification, and how they are presented in an oscillator and a a spectrum analyzer. I'm aware of the different ones. I'm sort of aware of the differences in what they do, but I am kind of clueless on how they look on what they do with an oscilloscope and a spectrogram, or at least on the frequency. So right now I have just a polygrid with a sine wave on it, going through a simple ADSR, and then I have a melody track generated. Nice and simple. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw a oscilloscope on here. And then we're going to use the spectrum analyzer. I'm going to use spectrum 2 because it's actually got it's the ability to allow me to throw it on different instances and show different color graphs based upon that instance, so we can show before and after is basically what I'm trying to get at. So this is our benchmark. This is what it looks like before. Okay, I kind of wanted to keep the spectrum not bouncing around, as you saw, or the oscilloscope here. So I'm going to keep it all in the same pitch, so the oscilloscope kind of keeps its same shape. Okay, so we're back, and I'm going to look at first Bitwig simple distortion, or the built-in distortion, and then I'm going to play it here. Basically, I kind of want to reduce the what it sounds like for now. We're just gonna purely based on the analysis of what's going on. So I'm gonna play it, and as you can see with the before oscilloscope, these two are before, these two are after. It looks normal and natural, kind of sine wave, but the after, it looks, the shape has kind of gone more square or more straight. The curves have been kind of knocked out of it. Also, it's a lot reduced in the amplitude up here. For when it comes to the spectral scope, and this is the reason why I wanted to use the spectrum 2, is because I have a before, which is this instance right here, that I have marked before, and you can see the green on here, and then I have a marked after, and that's this guy over here. And what you can see is that it increases the partials of the sine wave, and it gives you more information on the higher frequencies. So what it's doing is it's actually filling up the spectrum a lot more for just the sine wave. Okay, so I'm got a saturator loaded, so we're gonna play it, and again, it does the same thing here. But as you can see on the oscilloscope, it has a different shape. It is actually shaping the wave actually drastically different than the distortion does. Kind of cool. It's still given the overall amount of partials, but I think there might be more in here, or at least closer than the distortion. Maybe we need to duplicate this and have a comparison just of the different ones. But right now we're looking at before and after of each of them. Okay, so I got the amplifier on default settings. What this should do is just boost the signal. We're gonna collapse it a bit here so we can actually see the oscilloscope. And this one also does the partials, but if you see the oscilloscope, it actually shapes the wave differently. More differently. So each of the peaks and valleys are actually being sort of clipped, it looks like, and then down. It actually gives a difference in the wave. But you still have the partials, and it looks like the partials are even closer now to the original fundamental sound here. Kind of cool. All right, I have Trash 2 loaded here, and one of the cool things about Trash 2 is it has a bunch of different algorithms for how to produce distortion and fuzz and saturation, and they all have different algorithms on how this looks. So if I go into here, you got the thing that goes all kinds of crazy to give you different effects of it. So let's look at Garage on here um, for the fuzz setting. And let's close this and then hit play. And as you can see, the shapes are now more square, and almost it's looking like a square wave rather than a sine wave. Again, the partials, and there's differences in the partials here. They're about further away, and they could go like even odds type partials, and that may be the difference between the two. But there is a bigger noticeable difference between the partials. The different types of algorithms here reminded me that within, I think, Bitwig 5, it introduced a new distortion type within the polygrid. I don't think I can get a I don't think I can get a I don't remember if there's one on the outside, but here, let's stop this one. Let's take out trash here. And let's go into the polygrid and then go into, I think before ADSR, let's go into the shaper section. And these are all the different ones. And then you have this curve. And what this does is it allows you to do kind of the same thing and adjust your distortion. And now my waves are looking entirely different. And because there's no before and after, it's just before, this is the overall resulting of that distortion, which is kind of cool. So we can change the wave and the shape. Try to get this on viewing at the same time. And depending on where I'm doing this, the partials are changing down here. They're getting closer together, or they're getting further away. Depending on how major or minor I do this curve. It's kind of cool. And then we can also add other ones. And this goes to a class of what they call a wave shaper. Which, speaking of which, I remember that Blius has just put out a new plugin called they're doing wave shaper distortion, and it kind of follows, if I'm not mistaken, the curve here, but it allows you to use wavetables as distortion, and can modify the wave here based upon a wavetable. Not the typical pattern here. It's kind of cool. Let's try a wave folder. Again, changes the sine wave to more. I think this is what happens when it clips and it folds back. Thus, it's called the wave folder. Normal distortion. That almost turns it into, that actually does a square wave. That's pretty cool. Any rate, wanted to look at different types of distortion and how they actually affected the different sine waves. One of the last things I wanted to do was put it back into here to sine wave. Actually, let me go back, do Control Undelete here. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the original one. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get out of here and we're gonna kind of duplicate. And I wanna get a really good side-by-side comparison. I wanna use the amplifier, Bitwig's amplifier. I want to use the saturator. Okay, and I'm back. And now I have basically the before we're doing anything with it. And then what the green, the lime green is the distortion, the teal or the light blue is saturation, and the amplification's purple. And so looking at the spectrum analyzer, and that's why this thing is so pretty cool, is because I get to see all of the analysis or the frequencies per what I'm doing, and so I can set up a little experience like this to actually see what it's doing. So you can see the distortion. It's doing the partials here. The amplifier, the partials are here, and the saturation, the partials are kind of here. So it's looking like the saturation, it's giving different partials, entirely different partials than the amplification and the distortion. The distortion are kind of on part. The amplifiers. Wait. So the purple's the amplifier. So the partials are actually back there, and the saturation, or what it looks like, is on every other one where distortion is not. So it looks like an even odd thing. There we go. This would be better. So we can. That's our original. So let's take out saturation. Okay, so this is just distortion. This is saturation. This is amplification. So this partial right here, all three of them hit. This one, only two of them hit. This one, two of them hit. This one, two of them hit. This one, two of them hit, and so on and so forth. But it looks like on this partial right here, on the A4, all three of them actually hit. Which it may be a type of. So we're looking at like a D3-ish note being struck, and then going up to an A4. That might be something to do with the harmonic thing that happens. But at any rate, gonna wrap this up. Kind of really cool. If you look at it and understand what the difference is between what the different types of increasing the signal do, both the oscilloscope and the frequencies. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for viewing. Thank you very much if you made it this far. I really do appreciate it. Hope you loved the video. And I will catch you in the next one.